Welcome to Life's Rich Tapestry, a podcast exploring the narrative of people's layered lives. Listen in on courageous conversations spoken from the heart. Gain insight into another's life as we tackle compelling topics which will expand your mind, help you gain perspective, and might even inspire you to do things differently. My name is Evelyn, and I look forward to your company. And welcome to another show of Life's Rich Tapestry. Growing up in the stunning World Heritage listed Blue Mountains west of Sydney, my next guest, Rory, has been making music for as long as she can remember. Beginning with classical music at the age of 4, her passion has broadened to encompass folk, rock, and indie, and sometimes a little bit of country. Now accompanying herself on guitar and piano, Rory has performed professionally since the age of 14 at live music venues and events in the Blue Mountains and beyond. Bushfires, floods, and ultimately COVID took its toll on Rory's musical aspirations and robbed her of advance bookings. However, virtual gigs filled in a few gaps. Still only 18, Rory's fresh and optimistic take on life can find a song in every joy and every heartache. With a voice that gently takes you along for the ride, you will be enchanted and you will be mesmerized. Now, with that intro, I would like to welcome Rory to Life's Rich Tapestry.
Thank you so much, Evelyn.
Yeah, it's so good to have you here with me. Now, we're going to start at the very beginning. So you started playing classical music at 4?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Classical piano, yeah.
Wow. Was it your mom or what made you decide at that young age to start music?
I don't know. I think it was partly my mom. She always wanted me to learn an instrument, and my sister, to learn instruments when we were little. And then, I just started loving it.
Yeah.
I think it was also my auntie. She definitely influenced my music at that age. Since she was my first teacher.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. But when did you decide? Because at 4 years old, I don't think you know what you want. I
don't know, actually. Okay. When I was 4, I was really weird. I was obsessed with Pink.
Oh, were you? Were you?
Yeah, very young to be obsessed with. I don't know why.
Okay. I like Pink too. Don't worry, I'm in my 50s. That's okay. That is totally okay.
Yeah.
But what made you realize, wow, gosh, I really like this and maybe I want to do something with this?
I would probably say the age of 5.
Oh, wow.
I just decided, I love Pink. She's such an icon. I'd love to be a rock star.
Oh, okay.
Definitely, I don't want to be a rock star.
Oh, okay. You don't want to be a rock star.
Rock isn't really my forte. Really.
Okay.
Yeah, but I definitely want to pursue music.
You wanted to pursue music. Yeah. And when did you discover that you were good at it?
Well, piano was, I don't know, probably a year into piano, when my mom stopped forcing me to play. Because, she didn't really force me, but she wanted me to practice and she would remind me every day, Rory, have you done your practice?
Yeah.
Over the year, I really started loving it.
Wow.
Yeah, so when she stopped telling me to and when I just did it on my own, I think that's when I realized.
That you realized that this is something you want to do for the rest
forever.
of forever. And you were, 6?
Yeah.
That's
exactly.
Hard. That's so good. Now, and it probably was also good that your aunt, your auntie was a choir teacher or a piano teacher.
Yeah, she was everything when I was little. Singing teacher, piano teacher, choir director. Now she's a music teacher.
And she is a music teacher.
At Katoomba North Primary School.
Wow.
Yes.
So you've kept everything in the family because you do have a few bands.
Yes.
I want you to go through those now. So what is, so you have a band with your sister?
Yes.
And what's that called?
That's called the Aurora Li, because both of our middle names, or our dad's last name is Lee.
Yeah.
Yes. So the Aurora Li, and then I also have my band that I haven't really played with in ages. We just like playing at home now. That's
okay.
We have different musical styles now. But yeah, that was with my sister Tessa and my cousin Magnus.
And what was the name of that?
That was Breathing Underwater.
How did you come up with that name?
I know, it's an interesting name, isn't it?
It is.
We were just sitting at the dinner table one day, and we had a different name before. I think it was called the Barefoot Mountaineers. That I didn't like. That was something that my mom and auntie chose because we were like folky, like vocal trio, family band.
Yeah.
I didn't like it. I didn't like the idea of feet in a band name. So
no, and it to me when you just said that, I just envisioned, three guys with beards
and like banjos and that kind of thing.
Overalls and stuff like that.
Exactly. And we were like little children, two of us Chinese. It's not really the same image, is it? Yeah. So we just did not like that name. We said we need a new name, and then my auntie and my mother said, okay, well, let's have a think.
Yeah.
Here are some options: breathing underwater and diving for pearls. Because I don't know why. I think it was just because we were all swimmers at that age.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and
because we live in the Blue Mountains too.
Exactly.
So water,
I know. Yeah, interesting choice. Not a lot of thought went into it, honestly. we had like one performance coming up. We thought we need a name that isn't Barefoot Mountaineers. Let's just go with the first one we think of, and then that stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was very lucky. I got to see that little performance.
Yeah.
Unless you did more. Did you?
Oh, there were multiple when we were little.
Multiple. Yeah. But I did see one.
At the
Hotel Blue.
Yes,
and that was fantastic.
Yeah, that was so fun.
It.
I love Hotel Blue. It's such a great venue for those type of things.
Yeah. Well, obviously now it's because of COVID. You haven't played for a while. So COVID has taken a bit of a toll on your musical aspirations.
Definitely, yes. Yeah. Me and every other musician, unfortunately.
Yeah. So how many, you probably can't even count how many cancellations you've had.
I know. It's really disappointing. But at the time I was just expecting it. I remember I think my first gig that was cancelled because of the bushfires actually was I was meant to be supporting Chalmer Finches. That's another family duo.
Okay.
With Breathing Underwater.
Okay.
So 2 family bands playing.
Cool. And where were you going to do that?
We were going to do that at Gallery 188.
Yes.
I was really looking forward to that. But unfortunately it was cancelled right before, I'm pretty sure. I think we had an hour until it started, and then they just told us that it was cancelled.
Probably because of the bushfires, is that right?
Yes, definitely. They felt nervous about coming up to the mountains, I'm pretty sure. That was the reason. And fair enough.
Yeah, of course.
It was crazy that time.
Oh, it was so crazy. It's still crazy, but probably not as crazy, but it was pretty bad back then.
Yeah, it was terrible.
And then you had another gig as well in December. What was that? That was, I think, the Shoalhaven or there was another one.
We had that one. There were multiple, so I can't really remember the specific ones. But I remember another one that was. The one that I was most looking forward to. Was the Blue Mountains Folk Festival. That was going to be my biggest gig. And still will be when I perform in March.
Fantastic. Excellent.
Yes, I was really looking forward to that, but unfortunately it was cancelled because of COVID.
Yeah, and that was cancelled at the last minute. I remember that.
The morning of.
So the food vendors as well.
I know.
Had to get rid of so much food.
It was so terrible for everyone. It was horrible. But horrible. Obviously that's what they had to do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They had to do that as well. Yeah. But at that time, you were only 16, is that right?
Yeah.
15.
Yes, I was 16, I'm pretty sure.
So still doing your HSC?
Yes, that was actually the start of my HSC year.
So then you were able just to concentrate on your music, I'm assuming.
It was probably, I would say it was it was a convenient time for me, kind of, in that
in that respect.
Yeah, because there was lockdown, of course.
Yes.
Which was not great for the HSC, but I'm glad that I was in that year and not this or last year. Because they had their lockdown for 4 months, I think.
Oh, that's right.
During the HSC, actually. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, that's right.
So that's horrible for them.
So that would have
feel really bad.
Well, so after you finish your HSC, where did you go next?
Oh yeah. So during my HSC, I recorded an EP that I never released.
Okay.
So very bad timing. I don't know why I did it at that time.
Yeah.
I just decided now I should just do it.
Yeah.
So I did. I never released it, of course. I'm a perfectionist in that way.
Yeah.
There were I don't know, it just wasn't exactly what I wanted. So that's okay. I think it was a really good experience.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did it still. I learned a lot from that experience. And I learned a lot about perfecting my own songs as well.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, that's great. That's great. And where are you studying at now?
I'm studying at the Conservatorium of Music in Sydney.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And that must be very exciting. Or
Yes.
has it been a bit difficult during this past year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been a bit difficult. The first semester was really great because I got to go on campus. It was amazing.
Yeah.
Loved it so much. I made so many good friends and
Excellent.
everyone.
Excellent.
It's so good at the conservatorium because obviously I love music and I'm constantly surrounded by music. Just everywhere I go, there's a practice room. Like even in the conservatorium cafe,
Yes.
there's a stage with a grand piano.
Wow.
I know,
Wow.
and there are just people practicing, and there are random people on the steps of the conservatorium playing their guitars, and it's just always like it's like living in High School Musical.
Oh, I
honestly.
love it.
Yeah,
I love
I know.
it. I
It's
can
amazing.
imagine.
It's so
I can
fun.
imagine. It would be so much fun.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I know we have a song that,
yes.
that we're going to play right now, and then afterwards, I want to talk about your inspiration as well. But let's play this song now to have a bit of a break.
Yeah.
And just introduce me to the song just a little bit before we get started.
This song is called "Losing Game," and it's one I wrote. I think it was the middle of last year, after I had read a book by Sally Rooney called Normal People, and then also after I had watched the TV show.
Okay.
And it's about a couple and their relationship over the years, and it starts off with them in high school, so I wrote about their high school relationship, and it's pretty tragic. So,
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, I know.
I'm looking forward to listening to it. Okay.
Yeah, okay, here it is.
Okay.
I'd run a little slower so you could win. Pretend I didn't know something just so that you could fill me in. I'd go along with silly stories you'd make up to tell your friends. In the movies I would hold your hand, though I wasn't scared. I'd do it all again. 'Cause I love losing to you until I lost it all. And I hated fighting for you while you let me fall. Don't know why you asked me for forgiveness, forgiving you more than you ever would. And I know now that you let me down, but at the time you never could. All I wanted was you. All I wanted was someone who would never love me as much as they should. I listened to you while you talked about your world. Watched as you walked all over me while you were with some other girl. I'd let you yell and tell me I wasn't enough. But some time has passed and nothing lasts. Sick of that kind of stuff. Did I ask for too much? 'Cause I loved losing to you until I lost it all. And I hated fighting for you while you let me fall. Don't know why you asked me for forgiveness, forgiving you more than you ever would. And I know now that you let me down, but at the time you never could. All I wanted was you. All I wanted was someone who would never love me as much as they should. forgiving you more than you ever would. And I know now that you let me down, but at the time you never could. All I wanted was you. All I wanted was someone who would never love me as much as they should.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you so
Oh,
much.
so beautiful.
Thanks.
Now, how does that even work? Like, I mean, seriously, I mean, you a song comes up in your head, and how does like, because you had strings in there,
Yeah.
you had lots of different instruments.
Yes.
How does that come together?
Well, for that one, that's a work in progress.
Okay.
I'm actually
Yeah.
my mum's violin teacher is going to play in that song.
Okay.
But that's just some like artificial strings, some MIDI sounds. Yeah.
Oh.
That I played on piano, and it just has a string sound.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. How does that start? I honestly have
Yeah.
no idea.
Like, I mean,
it's just very invested in their relationship in the in the book. I just sometimes I read a book and I just think, oh my gosh, that's crazy.
That
my
sounds
mind
amazing.
is my
Yeah.
mind is blown. That
Wow,
really affected
wow.
me. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And so, like, how do you write lyrics first, or do you play the music, or how does that process work?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think it's different every time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like sometimes, well, often actually, I'm just completely asleep, and then I wake up and I think,
Oh, I gotta write it down.
A lyric. I have to write it down. So I have
Okay.
like my
Yeah.
notes app is crazy. I would
Okay,
never want
okay.
anyone to ever look in there.
Oh no! Okay,
Because there are
okay.
so many random lyrics, and some of them are really terrible, especially without the music. It sounds so bad.
Okay.
But yeah, so sometimes I just think of something while I'm sleeping.
Okay.
Sometimes I'm in the shower just singing a melody, and then I think, oh, that could be a fun song. And but I
Wow.
think most of the time, actually, I'm just playing my piano or playing the guitar, and I just come up with some chords.
Wow.
And then I just start singing what I'm doing. Or what
Okay.
happened that day.
Okay.
And then it just turns into a song. I remember there is one song, and the starting lyrics are, "Today was a good day. I'd like to think I chatted to my mother by the kitchen sink." And then
Oh
it
my
turned into a
goodness.
whole song about how I wanted to live a fulfilling life. It's called Killing Time. That's
Oh
another.
my gosh!
Yeah, but it
wow.
always starts
Love
like
it.
it's just kind of like just
Yeah.
something that happened that day, or
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
it just
Oh,
turns into
that's-
something completely different.
Wow. And
Yeah.
what do you get your inspiration from?
Well, lots of different things. Often just very strong emotions. So one of the strongest emotions I think I felt is grief and loss. When I was, I think, starting from the age of 4, there were lots of deaths in my life, and no one really close to me.
Okay.
Yes. Well, actually, I think not even starting from the age of 4, just for ages. Sounds really morbid, actually. First was my sister died.
Okay.
Very sad. Yeah.
But,
But
stillbirth, was it? Or
no,
what was
she
it?
she
How
died.
old is-
I think she was 3 or 4 weeks old.
Oh, okay.
Yes, very tragic. So I was
yeah.
surrounded by lots of grieving people.
Yep.
Even when I was 2, I think I was 2.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty tragic. But I do remember. I thought I didn't remember, but I kind of do. I have some memories of it. And then just since I was 4, 2 funerals every year at least.
Oh, really?
I know, really tragic.
Wow.
And I never thought that they really affected me because
Yeah.
I'd go and I wouldn't cry and I wouldn't really know. I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of them were family members,
Okay.
but not close family members. I didn't really know who was there. So I was just looking at lots of adults crying, really. So tragic.
Oh, so
But
okay.
yeah, I think later I realized, well, when I was crying to my mum every night about how I didn't want her to die or my sister to die or like anyone else I was close with
Yeah.
to die. I think that's when I realized it was actually affecting me. So I started writing songs about death and my experiences of death over the years. And then my nana passed away, as you know.
Yeah.
Yes, you were the celebrant.
Yeah.
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 For that, and that was my first experience of like really
Yeah.
painful
Yeah.
death and
Yeah.
heartbreak and that kind of thing.
And you guys sang at
Yes.
at this memorial ceremony as well, which was beautiful.
Yes.
Which was amazing. Remind me, was it a song that you wrote? I can't even remember.
that
it was
song?
beautiful though.
Yeah.
It was,
that was one I did with my whole immediate family.
yes,
apart from my grandpa
yeah,
and my
yeah.
dad. But I did that with my mom, my sister, cousin, and my auntie.
Yeah.
There was something that my auntie wrote and put to. Oh, it was a song. It was actually a poem, and then she put it to music.
Okay.
It's called A Roving. And it was really,
yes,
it was
yes,
a nice.
yes.
Yeah, it was
It
really
was
nice.
lovely. It was a lovely way for that ceremony.
Yeah,
yeah.
It was really nice.
It was really, really nice. So, do you still find inspiration from death?
Yes, definitely. It's so bad. It's like, all my songs, like I feel really bad for the people at my gigs, just listening to song after song about death. It's just so tragic, and I always think like at the end they just look so heartbroken, and I think like I'd like to say this next song won't be sad, but it will be. It's horrible. Yeah.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So, okay. And another thing is that, there's no cameras in the room.
Yes.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Well, there might be freaky one around. But I wanted to talk first about your heritage.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Chinese, Anglo. I actually found out I was Korean as well.
Oh,
I forgot to tell you. Yeah.
Oh, did you do one
Crazy.
of those?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
My dad, who I call Baba, dad in Chinese. He did a DNA test, and my mom also did one. She's she's mainly Scottish, but like a couple of other
a couple
Anglo
others.
things.
Yeah.
But yeah, my I think every few years the results. I don't know.
They update themselves.
Update them, yeah.
Yeah, it's
with new information. So he found out that he was also Korean. I'm still mostly Chinese though.
Okay.
But yeah.
You did do it then? You did do
no, I didn't do it.
You haven't done it yet. But yeah.
But
okay.
I mean, I don't know if I need to, since both of my parents have, like every other member of my family has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. I did.
Very interesting.
It is.
I remember when you did. Yeah.
I know. I did it, and I thought I was half German, but I'm not. So
I know, crazy.
Crazy. So there you go. You might want to do it. And
actually.
Sorry, we've digressed a bit, but it's actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
So, but with your heritage being half Chinese, have I know you wrote something.
Oh yes. There was a song I wrote called Emerald Gorge. I wrote it after my trip to China in 2019, just before the pandemic started.
Yeah.
And it was a song I wrote about the Emerald Gorge. I was traveling along the Emerald Gorge on a cruise ship, I think it was, in China, and it was really late at night, and it was really misty, and there was like the fog coming up from the water, and it was so pretty. And I was thinking about the history of the place, because thousands of people were displaced after the dams were built.
Okay.
So very tragic. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is such a crazy place. Like all of this history and all of these people that have been displaced, and I just felt terrible. Obviously, so many people had to just leave.
But you obviously feel a need to express yourself,
definitely,
through tragedy. I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
definitely, as you can tell.
Just have a bit of a voice for that. Which is interesting, because you are so happy and bubbly.
I know. It's crazy.
It's really crazy. It's actually quite interesting.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, she is really a nice girl. No, but it is interesting, because I have seen you at a gig before, and your music, is a bit sad at some moments. I mean, but then you cover other artists as well, because I know the show I went to, you sang a little bit of Nora Jones, and I love Nora Jones. So that was really, really exciting. Now I just want to go to so what sort of music do you like to listen to, and who are your music idols?
I love listening to lots of different things, obviously classical piano and classical music.
Yep.
But I also love listening to indie music and rock and pop and folk and all of that kind of stuff. Or just lots of different things, honestly. But then obviously my idols, they seem to be from a specific genre.
Okay.
They're all female, well, most of them. My favorite ones are female artists, and they all started out when they were like, they started out their career when they were quite young. So I love Lorde.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
She is amazing.
New Zealand, and she's really inspirational to me. I first listened to her music when I was 8 or 9.
Wow.
Every single night, just listening to her. I think it was her first album, Pure Heroine, on repeat. It was a gift from my uncle.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how music can be tied to memories. Do you ever have that?
Yes,
like
definitely.
you listen to a song over and over again, like a specific year or in like a specific country or something, or while something's happening to you, and then every time you listen to it, it just transports you back to that place.
It does. It does.
So now whenever I listen to Lorde, I'm transported back to my childhood bedroom.
Yeah.
The age of 8 or 9.
When you were inspired.
Yeah.
So that's really good. I mean, music is the unifier. It unifies people too. And you remember, you have these beautiful memories as well.
Exactly.
And you also like Taylor Swift.
Yes, of course.
Yes.
I love Taylor Swift. Such a genius, lyrical genius. Love her so much. I love her lyrics, especially her 2 albums, Folklore and Evermore.
Okay.
That's a bit, I think she was going in a bit of a different direction.
Okay.
She started out with country and then pop, and then she went into folk, and it was amazing. Just, you could really hear that she was a poet through those songs.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've listened to those ones. You should definitely have a listen though.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if I have or not, but I will.
Yeah. And also Phoebe Bridgers. She's just an American artist living in LA, and she's actually dating the person that the person from Normal People, the actor.
Okay.
So worlds colliding.
That inspired the song
song
that we played. Yeah.
But I remember Lorde released a song recently, Stoned at the Nail Salon, and one of her lyrics is, "The music you loved at 16 you'll grow out of." I think that's completely untrue. Not to hate on her. I love her so much, but I still love her music. I still love those same songs of hers that I listened to when I was 8. So I guess it's different for everyone.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. I mean, you're but I like Lorde as well.
Yeah,
so she is amazing.
Yeah.
She is amazing.
Yeah.
Now, how do you think your music and songwriting, how have they developed since you've started?
Well, at the start, when I was really little, they were quite bad. Quite bad, of course. Like little kid writing just random songs about random things. I didn't even know what my problems were when I was that age.
Yeah, of course.
Like just preschool or primary school. I don't know.
He didn't smile at me.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
I wasn't invited to the birthday party.
I know.
That kind of thing. But I know maybe, I think the more experience you have, life experience, even though I'm very young, I have a long way to go.
You do.
But the more life experience you have, the more songs you can write or things you can write about.
Yeah.
I somehow managed to write songs about the same things over and over again. But
about death.
Yeah, about death and just anything really. Friendship experiences, that kind of thing.
Yeah. But there is, listening to that song, there is a really deep richness to your voice, and you do sound, you sound a lot older.
Oh, really?
It's really interesting.
Yeah, that is an interesting thing.
It is interesting about singing.
Some people, have told me like that my lyrics sound older than my age.
Definitely.
And like sometimes my sing voice, sometimes they say it sounds older, sometimes they say I sound like a little girl.
Yeah.
But that's another thing. Lately, lots of people have said I look like I'm 14. Just a fun thing. Throw in, I don't know why. Just the past year.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. Clearly not in my music though. Hopefully.
Yeah, no, definitely, not in your music at all.
Yeah.
It's just a beautiful
Thank you.
richness. I mean, like with Adele. I mean, when she speaks, but I love her. I love her British accent. But you don't even think that she's going to sound that way when she sings.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that with you in a way.
That's a great example. Actually, she is amazing. I always. She's another one of my idols, of course. Everyone loves her. How can you not?
Yeah. How can you not?
Yeah.
Exactly. But she sounds so different when she speaks. And
I know.
But I feel a lot of singers are kind of like that in a way.
Yeah, or they have like kind of different personalities to their to their songs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's really interesting.
It is. It's
Yeah.
really interesting because I felt when I was listening to that song, like, oh God, she sounds so old, almost older than me. Not older than me, but you sounded a lot older. And wow, it's so interesting. So what's next for you? What's next? So you're going to school now?
Yes, Yes, I'm starting my second year of uni. I think it's meant to start in about 2 weeks, so I'm really looking forward to that.
Okay.
But I'm constantly working on writing songs and recording songs. Hopefully, I'll be able to put out an album very soon. I have lots of songs, and I can't decide which ones I want to be on an album, but I have a whole concept for it. So hopefully that happens soon. Just obviously because of COVID, I couldn't record it.
Yeah. So how long is university? How many more years do you have until you're finished?
I have 3 more years, so it's a 4-year course.
Okay.
I think it's pretty good though.
Oh,
yes,
good.
I know
Excellent.
a lot of courses go for 3 years. I think a lot of music courses go for 3 years.
Okay.
This one's 4 years.
Oh,
for some reason.
fantastic.
But
Excellent.
I don't know. That's good for me. It's more expensive, but more fun.
It is more fun.
More life experience.
That's right. And we need life experience.
Exactly.
to make those lyrics just, really make you sound a little bit older than,
Exactly.
Oh, it's been such a pleasure having you on the show today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, you're just too good, Lori. And actually, thanks again. And I'm going to have you come back maybe in another few months or a year, and I want to hear what your what's coming up, and see if you sound older or whatever, and see what life experiences you've had as well.
Yes, that would be great.
That's great. Thanks again, Rory. Thank you so much for your company. Please tune in next week to Life's Rich Tapestry, where you will hear another courageous conversation spoken from the heart.